So in this video we have a tea here. It is black tea with lots of sugar, and we have here also a birdie. In this video I will share about my channeling and how I understood my channeling to be, not from my point of view but from other perspectives from the other people who have joined me on channeling. Notice that many times I do not record channeling sessions because because when it's not recorded, there is more information coming more freely for the other person. But when it is recorded, understand that the beings do not tell much of information, and there is some kind of a resistance because they know that it will be put up live, and there is other information. You can say it easily. Some are ready and some are not ready to hear this. So from my private channeling sessions, what I would share is that no, there have been also public sessions. Today I was just watching another first of my channeling videos, and I was so excited I was laughing. It's in Latvian language, and the channeling was about how was Earth created, and there was this entity that came through, and he was saying like, okay, there are so many points about creating the universe. Has the universe been created? And there is so many concepts. To explain them all to you would need a month of intense work, intense channeling, but it will not be good because Matti's brain will boil, and it will not be good. And I started to laugh because I did not heard that when I was channeling that. And then later he also said he wanted to show something with his hands, you know, like energy, some kind of something. And he said, well, Matti sees this, but I cannot show you this. Well, we will ask allowance to use the hands, and then okay, we will ask, okay, allowance has been received, and then he started to show some hands, and I started to laugh. Well, the thing is that there are truly some entities coming through this. At first my thoughts of this everything was that I'm just replying my own knowledge. No, I have heard it somewhere. It's somewhere in my subconscious mind. I'm just I'm going in trance state, in a meditative state, and it is just popping up. And then I said, no, something fell down. Then I asked in the channeling the entities, okay, tell me something I don't know, then prove me that there's something I do not know. And then he said, okay, poof, he's gone. And okay, that's it. It just was my subconscious or my memories. And then he pops back, a different entity. And I was like, okay, who are you? And he says, well, okay, you wanted to know about planets and planet movements? I said, yes. Okay, the whole universe is made out of gravity, anti-gravity, and you are interested in the black holes, for example, and you should understand the whole universe is pulsating. The whole universe is pulsating. The cosmos is pulsating, and the black holes are like shoestrings, like tying the whole universe together. Putting the universe something like this, and it holds the universe together so it doesn't expand and flow in unbalanced ways. And I'm like, okay. And then he said, okay, you wanted to know how the universe was created? I said, yes. Okay, information is coming. My head is boiling. I never thought, sometimes when you do hard work thinking, your head starts hurting. Well, I feel energy like this inside of me, golden, sometimes it turned white, and all head top is hot, energizing, electrizing, I don't know, electrified, and electricity is coming in your head and down here, and all your face is, you cannot feel your face anymore. And I'm like this, my body is like this, and information is coming. I said, stop, my head is boiling, And then first time I felt first time I felt, then at that time I felt how it is that your head boils. Now, but still, after these few times, I felt, well, maybe I'm still, there's still information came from my subconscious mind, and in any parts of levels and so on. Then what happens is, another strangest thing is that, for example, if you're rude and there is an audience, my eyes are closed. The entity comes, I do nothing, the body starts moving itself. Now, this is some, actual fact for me that there's something going on. And then my head started moving. Somebody wants to ask a question over there. My head moves there. Now, somebody is only thinking about the question. My head's moved there. My head moved there. And then he's starting to say the question. And many times there is that the question is already answered before he has finished asking it. So this is another sample of me that made me think, okay, there's something happening in there. This is not my imagination, not my something like this. And now what happens is most interesting. This is what I felt is most common. I believe when somebody is channeling, truly it should happen with everybody, is that, for example, somebody is channeling an entity, all people in the audience hurt. Or some people in the audience start receiving images, or most of the people start get dizzy, comparing to the readiness of them, comparing to the level of them, the frequency of their own person that is there and witnessing this channeling. And there has to be some kind of preparation for each and every one to even participate in the channeling sessions. So when I asked the entity called, there are entities many times pop up, and basically many times, because my father is watching the Bashar many times, he wants to ask questions of the Bashar, and so okay, let's see what comes up. And the answer was about the Bashar sessions is that those people are, in a sense, many times they go to these seminars. There are many friends, they said friends of the Daryl or so, that come there many times, and that's why they can share lots of more information to them. But what I was witnessing in my channelings was that some people get dizzy, some people get headaches, some people get answers instantly. They don't have to wait for the answer. Some people see lots of things, and it really truly changes them. So, for example, another story. One girl writes me, "Hey, I want to communicate with my guides, angels, and so on." Well, I say, "Okay, yes, let's try." But I don't know what will happen there. I have no expectation, no idea, no vision. She says, "I want to communicate with my higher self," for example. I go in, nothing happens. I go in, something happens. I go in, amazing thing happens. So I'm not the one who decides whether you should or you should not. I'm just the one that replays information. And a helicopter. No, I wonder. Hello, flying helicopter, whatever. Just first time I see something like this. Here in Latvia, we have close to war-like situation, meaning that there's some war in Ukraine, and many people are in Latvia a bit fearful. So I saw a strange helicopter. I don't know. Okay, so the idea is that she asked for guides. I don't know what will happen. I go in this trance-like state, and I said, well, nothing happens. She said, but I want to communicate with my guides. I said, okay, let's see what happens. And then what happens is that suddenly over my top of my head, there's a white pancake. You know, I don't see it physically, but I see it, I feel it. A white pancake, and then the white pancake goes in like this inside of me, and it's not white, it's crystal white, like silver, but crystal, you know, crystal white. It's like sparkling white crystal light. It goes into my heart, and suddenly I feel so much in love, and I feel in love in nobody. I say, well, you're this being that responded is really loving like and crystal white like. She says, yeah, that's my I have seen it in meditation before, and so on and so on. Well, now she says that she wants to communicate with him. I said to this, I put in feelings and say to this entity that, well, she wants to communicate with you, and the entity responds, well, if she wants, okay, if she truly wants, okay. So what happens then is after some 10 minutes, she says she feels energized, all her body is shaking, she feels dizzy, she doesn't know where to go, she has all answers she needs, and she's shaking, you know, what's happening. And it was a little bit tough for her for the first 5 days, but now she's a healer, you know, she heals, she can heal pain or something like this. I will go to her and see what she can do. Well, I've seen what she can do, but now she's better. I want to see how she's performing now. And what happened then was when I saw her maybe 5 days later, she had a blue tunnel over her head. And she said, look, there's a blue tunnel over my head. I'm looking, oh yeah, well, great. She said, but the tunnel is now very small. She had much bigger tunnel, and there were blue tunnel, then there were purple, white, orange, yellow lights swirling and coming into her, and all her hands were, you know. And then what happened was, and I said, okay, let's try Reiki, you know. And when I was the person was sleeping, she was holding her hands on the body, maybe such a distance from the body, and I was holding the hands on the end of the feet of the person. And I feel, okay, I feel energy coming, and when she put her hands over her knees, there was so much heat coming in my palms. I felt all like, you know, burning under the sun. The hands are burning under the sun. It's like, well, you have really strong energy within. And this is one story. Such stories have been maybe 4, maybe 3, but depending on her, it was a healing. There was another girl that instantly became a channeler, and she started seeing Buddha. The Buddha was telling her many things, but she's a very interesting person. She said, why do I have to look at a fat man? Why do I have to see it? You know, she was very strange, and she always refused to do that. There was another girl who from the birth had you know, talents in this, but she was not aware about anything. And so I was channeling for her, and then she said, well, okay, I'm now starting to understand everything, but she could do this from the birth. So she said, now understand what it was, understand what it is, and how can I remember my past lives? She said, well, the entity said, through me, he said, do this. She went home, she got her past lives, she got in contact with another alien-like civilization, and she now can easily see and communicate with people that are passed away, afterlife people, and so on. This is another story. Now, the last story was that maybe there was another story, but I will just skip it. Yeah, there are another story. For example, there was a boy came here, maybe 20, age of 20, 25, and he was talking, and he wants to do channeling. You know, he wants to perceive channeling, meaning as you know, get information. No, but not perceive channeling. He wants to see how I do it, and I like okay. I'm like going, Sorry. I went away, but I wanted just to say I'm going in, but I went in, and the entity said, well, there's nothing here. And I went in a little bit, and he said, oh, my head started to hurt, oh, am I getting dizzy, oh my, oh my, oh my. I said, okay, stop, we will not do channeling because you will not go away after this channeling session. I mean, you will just be dull and dizzy, and then maybe it can get painful for you. But what happened next time? Wait. Time for tea. Cup of tea. Hot. What happens in the latest channeling that I did online for a really huge distance? I would say it's in America. I'm from Europe. He's in America, and this is really interesting for me. It was first of all, he wrote it because he was entering a meditation state, and he was asking for questions. He was asking for questions, and he didn't receive answers. And he said, well, where should I look for answers? And they showed him my YouTube channel. Although he didn't know me, he didn't see me any time before, he saw the YouTube channel name, and he went into this channel and he wrote me, and he loved that videos. This was really exciting. I said, whoa, well, I have said the entities, the beings, which are my guides in a sense, to send me somebody, like, if I meant to do this, then you can send me somebody. And what he said is that he wants to learn channeling. And I said, yes, okay. I'm not sure what will happen, but we can try. And we arranged the Skype meeting, and we did. And what happened then was, well, first of all, at the beginning, they were a little like lowering his mind, you can say, clearing his mind, in the sense that stop thinking, stop worrying, and so on and so on. And what happened next was that he wants to, okay, I have some questions. And then they say, what you need to do to get answers. He says, I want to do channeling. Then he replies, okay. And what happens then was he realized my head started hurting. He said, yes. How unusual. And then now they're picking over me. And then what happened was now they're taking me over. And then what happened was he saw a light. He saw, I don't recall, yellow or white light. Then he says, oh, now go in the white, in the light. He went in, and then there was, we said, a Chinese guy with white clothes, or his aura was white. He didn't quite understand it, but he had a beard, white beard. I thought, oh yeah, this maybe Wu Shiba. But he said, Mr. T. He's Mr. T. And Mr. T says that I have relationships in my heart with China. I said, oh, okay, he's right. Because I was in China maybe when I was age of 16, and I always remember China. I felt so loving of this place because the people are really nice there, where I was. And so again, he's right. He's right about this and this and this and this, and again he's right. And then he asked some questions about personally, like he had some questions, and he said amazingly he was shown up. As you enter the globe and you see where it is, what are you asking? You see where it is, you see where it's lying. And then what happened was, then after this channeling, he went out. He was like, man, I have never experienced anything like this ever before, or maybe he has, but not like this. And the entity said, well, yeah, when you will be going outside the street in a sunny day, you will receive more and more answers. The answers will slowly come. And what happens later is that maybe the next day, or because we have a time delay, I go to sleep, I wake up, he's still having a day, and he was he decided to go and walk on the sunny street, as the entity said. And then what happened was he received answers. You know, he was interested in what should he do, where should he work, and he received answers. You should create website, angel responses. And he has this vision, perfect vision channeling. Perfect vision channeling. He has really great vision channeling. You know, if you see a name in the channeling, I would say you have a visional eye. If you hear the name, you have a clear audience, it's called. It's like you can perfectly hear. In my case, I perfectly understand information, energy. Maybe not perfectly, but I understand it. I really see it. Really, it means not often. And I only once have clearly heard entity. Only once, you know. But he can clearly see. Now this is a bonus, because when you clearly see, you can pick up the names, you can pick up everything. So I will, and I would suggest him to you if you have questions to your angels, because about me he replied really clearly. But I understand we will keep in contact with him, because the Mr. T said that we will be in contact, and we are doing this like a laboratory work together. The Mr. T for the entity said. But this is really interesting, because you know he's in America, I'm in Europe. Maybe somebody from China will suddenly arrive, and what was I wanted to share another thing with you, but I forgot what it was. These are my hands. These are my hands. Okay, I understand. I remember. The how does somebody do channeling, and how does somebody begin channeling? I think it is related to guides. It is your intention to do that, but it is not your decision to do that because of you. So what I think is that, no, this is me thinking, this is not entity speaking. What I think is that there are these laws of attraction, law of manifestation, shifting to another reality, and so on and so on and so on. I really hardly doubt that human alone is involved in these places, because when I was manifesting lots of things, unbelievable things sometimes, I would say, unbelievable many times. I'm just looking up and I don't see anything, but I was looking like this, I saw light there, and I was looking, okay, nothing there. When I think there is really beings involved, entities involved. It's not you alone, and they really have no intention to prove them that they are those that help you, or they don't really have intention to make you think otherwise. You know, it is your free will, it's your choice how you accept it to be. It's not they that will change your thinking. It's not they that will prove you anything otherwise. They don't have this kind of mind ego structure that makes you believe, I say to you this, it's not otherwise. La la la. They don't have this. Okay, so I think that's enough about my channeling, and you can always write me questions and answer them. A quick, brief information. What I'm thinking is that mainly the channeling I have, there are some beings above that are so excited to meet somebody new that I believe they are so excited to channel somebody also, because they can help you to unlock the channels for yourself. So basically what I think I'm sharing is that the beings in contacting with me can help you to unlock your own channeling, but I'm not sure. This is just most common what was happening. But basically, I don't know any other. No, I know other persons that also do channeling in Latvia, but the personality of those humans are, like this. They have been in. I don't know what's that house where crazy people are put in, crazy people, and then they are drugged under medicine and so on and so on. They are like this, but they have strong also mind-made concepts. Well, I don't have mind-made concepts. Well, I have them, but maybe not so much as the previous generation has. And I don't really worry about anything or care about anything that much. I'm like, open to anything. And I forgot what I want to say about this. Is that, oh yeah, is that their channeling is a little bit mm, like pushing, like the people who are witnessing this may think, well, but channeling, which I have, the people somehow get unlocked. Get like, oh, okay, and on many cases, there were people that came to channeling, they went home, and then at night they have sleep. Where are they at sleep? Aliens start to communicate with them in their dreams. Not aliens, entities, and so on. Many of them start to see strange lights in the space, in the sky. So something is going on. I believe in many cases. I'm not sure. Does everybody that channel affect others that much? I would like to know. And if the others don't affect that much, maybe then, if it's that possible, I think I can maybe teach channeling to others through these methods. So enjoy your time. Beautiful day outside for us. Hope for you also, and goodbye.